What's up, guys? So it's about 6 a.m. I haven't even had my coffee yet, but I rolled over and I checked Reddit as I typically do every morning, and I saw this pop up on the subreddit for Anno. This is a screenshot that was accidentally posted on the Anno Union website on the mobile version of the website, not on the regular desktop version. It has already been removed from the mobile version of the website. However, someone did save it. Now, it's not the best resolution. I'm zooming in now at about 300%, and it's kind of grainy and everything. But this is a screenshot for Anno 117 that we can take a look at. However, before we take a look at it, we probably should talk about a couple of things that I already noticed right here. One is the name up here, Anno 117, The Forge of Rome. This is telling me this is likely a very early alpha footage screenshot that was taken and the name given to it before they settled on Pax Romana. So everything we see in this image could be already, not in the game anymore. They could have changed it. Building models could have changed. There's a lot of stuff happening in this screenshot that may not be representative of the final version of the game that we will likely see later this month when they do a gameplay reveal. So take everything you see here with a grain of salt, a heavy, heavy grain of salt, until we see more images from the actual live version of the game. But there are a few things that obviously make me very, very excited. First and foremost, let's go ahead and get it out of the way because I know some of you are probably already freaking out, and that is the diagonal roads and the diagonal buildings. Oh my god, yes, it is true. We are seeing that. You can see a huge example of it right there. Now, these are 45-degree. I don't see any other angles other than 45-degree angles. So if this screenshot holds true and this feature right here holds true, we may be seeing the very first Anno game with diagonal roads and diagonal buildings in the series right here. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that even with Anno 1800, the earliest screenshots we saw of that game also had diagonal buildings in it, as you can see from this early screenshot right here. They had some harbor buildings that were on a diagonal, and of course, we did not get that either. We're seeing what's probably some houses right here, as well as a marketplace. Now, along the harbor area right here, we can see probably your trading post, your main trading post building for the island. Right here, we've got what look like probably some fishing piers of some kind. Don't know for sure. We've got some other buildings right here. I'm not sure what they are. Now, this right here looks like some sort of a farm type building. You can see it's got 5 modules around it. So some sort of a like animal farm, possibly like that. And this right here may be the input for it. So this, this could be some sort of a production chain we're seeing right there with the raw material going into a production building right here. A couple of other little house looking things possibly right here, and then something on an angle, and I don't know what this is at all, but we've got another angled building right here. But I see the road right there. The road comes this way, and then it links up right there to it. So that's kind of fun right there. Moving on up into the main part of the city, we can see a mine or a quarry into the side of this mountain right here. By the way, this terrain is absolutely gorgeous. I really love the terrain so far, especially this mountain. It's really pretty looking. There's 3 of these quarries and mines right here. They're probably quarries. These look like quarries. Moving into the center of the city, we've got the more common, more recognizable insulae type buildings right there. This big forum in the middle. This looks like a forum or some sort of a temple possibly in the center. Then we have an amphitheater right there. So we've got an amphitheater for entertainment. So we're seeing some entertainment coverage being needed. More insulae. Moving on back up here, it's getting a lot fuzzier, kind of harder to see. Back in this area back here, we got another, probably a public service type building. Now over here, underneath what says the Forge of Rome, there's actually something right there that kind of looks like a Stonehenge type thing. It's round. I see some stones and stuff holding things up. This kind of looks like a Stonehenge type building. Obviously, they wouldn't build Stonehenge, but it's interesting nonetheless that there's an interesting looking building right there that doesn't really say Roman to me. It looks a lot different. Looks like we've got a couple more production buildings over here on the sides and everything. This right here looks like maybe some sort of a brick kiln, and that looks like another house maybe. There's something right here, can't tell what that is. Maybe another public service building going on. Then of course there is the aqueduct in the back. So we do have aqueducts coming into the game, it looks like, to supply water as possibly a need of some kind. Then we move over here off of the green and everything, and we get into some really interesting stuff. It's very swampy, very watery, and there are bridges, like wooden plank walkways that go over top of all of this water. These are on the same 90 and 45s, so this looks like it is pre-built, and there are buildings set into the watery areas, probably collecting like pitch or something. And then there's another building over here off of this, another production chain as well. So it looks like this is probably in the Albion region, most likely, since we're seeing the swamps. So this is likely in Albion, and we've got some more farms over here. Another main building with some modules around it. What I'm not seeing are actual farms like we're used to in Anno 1800. I don't see any of that in this screenshot, but there are several interesting things right there that I'm really, really excited about. Obviously, the diagonal stuff is the biggest eye-opener for everybody right now. There's a lot of controversy already stirring about the diagonal roads, that it destroys the DNA of Anno, that diagonal roads, you know, screws up layouts and screws up the efficiency of the islands and everything else like that. However, to that, I will say, if you don't want to do diagonal roads, then you aren't being forced to utilize them. You can see that this has a very gridded layout, just with some 45s in there for, you know, just aesthetic purposes and just showing off the diagonal possibilities. Yes, there's a lot of wasted space, and that's something I don't really like to see. You can see like this building right here. It's on a 45 and it ends at a 90. So there's like wasted space everywhere. There's a lot of wasted space, and now I'm not seeing any ornaments yet. So that is going to be one thing to consider. If you do a mix of 45s and 90s, according to this most likely very early alpha screenshot, there's a lot of wasted space in there. Hopefully, maybe by the time we see some live gameplay, and if these diagonal roads still hold true, then, you know, maybe there'll be some sort of remedy for those blank spaces right there that we can fill in, because I really don't like having a lot of blank space like that, but I do want to use some diagonal stuff. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to jump in here, talk about this screenshot real quick, and get this out to you guys so you could take a look at it and give me your thoughts on it. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this likely early alpha screenshot and what it could possibly mean for the game as more is revealed over time. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care.